Hello, welcome to New Meta Podcast, episode 92. Back again, Battle Pass has settled in for a week, the guild is flying. We're flying, although we did just play a game, well, me and Marco did, Adam spectated, like an hour-long loss to a sniper, so I don't know if we're still like licking our wounds, screenshotting things, sending it to the Discord to decide who's at fault, but we're going to try and play anyway. Or we're going to try and record anyway, I should say. Joining me as always, Marco and Adam. Marco, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
How are you? How are you feeling at the present time, and how have you been feeling over the last week?
Present time, kind of pretty drained. 67-minute game that was against Sniper Mag. And yeah, like you say, we're going to have to get a kangaroo court set up soon to see who was most at fault for the tremendous throw that took place, but good fun.
Yeah, good fun through gritted teeth. I love that one. That's such a classic post. You lose like a long game. And well, it was fun. And you're just like crying inside.
No, that adrenaline and intensity is what you're looking for. Like, it feels bad to lose, but in the game, like that was really cool stuff because it was so intense.
Yeah, you take that over like an 18-minute stomp where it's just boring. Yeah, for sure. Adam, likewise, welcome to the pod. Now, you got to experience that game as a spectator. Do you have a unique perspective?
Yeah, because I'm not mad about it, because I wasn't in it.
Nice.
If I had lost that game, I'd be furious. But I just got to watch it and laugh. Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Like,
from a spectator's point of view, it was funny watching all the buybacks and just like crazy fights. Very tense.
Very tense, yeah.
Yeah,
watching. It's like watching your. Since I was technically the coach, it's it's like watching your students try and come up with their own strategies, and see if they work out, and then they get the instant feedback that's like, no, that was not a good idea, and then you get to laugh at it.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It was fun. It was good. Sniper.
Also,
man.
I don't know if I would have been able to recover. Because the last game I played broke me, and so if this was the game I played immediately after the game that made me stop playing last night and broke me, I think I would have to take a long break from the Dota. So, spared me that.
How were you broken? The listeners want to know what happened.
So I played unranked, and I was doing Cavern Crawl, and I played 4 Mirana, and we had a great lead. I think it's if I look at the graph, we had a 20k lead. We had mega creeps. Game was never really in question. We were against a rank 300 streamer playing Arc Warden. He's a level 25 Arc Warden. Stomping the game. My Jug has no deaths, 800 GPM. And we get mega creeps. And he decides to Omni Slash the fountain. So he has his first death of the game. He doesn't have buyback. And they just push and they win the game. With the fountain at like 30% HP. And me as a 4 Mirana, I have no damage. I have a Ags and a Greaves. And I just watch us lose. Because haha, isn't it just so, I'm so quirky and funny. We won the game, so that's when you just go throw in the fountain, right? And like, it was a group of 3, and they all just kind of went in the fountain without buyback. And then I died trying to kill the fountain, and then I bought back, and that was, I mean, no one had anything, and that was it. We just lost. It's like, I just don't think stuff's like that very funny, you know? Yeah. I'd rather just win the game than be like, ooh, let's dive the fountain because the game is won, right? Actually, looking at it now, the reason he doesn't have buyback is because he's got a demon edge just in his backpack. I guess he must have been buying a rapier for funds too, but that's the only reason he doesn't have buyback. It's pretty crazy.
Oof.
Also, I wasn't MVP. So you know how they usually throw one person as MVP from the losing team, and apparently I was MVP because I had 20 max duration arrow stuns in the game.
Wow.
So I was popping off. I felt really good about the game. We were like gelling really well, and then all of a sudden it's just like, what the?
Gaben detected he was about to lose a potential player that had bought Battle Pass and might buy the Battle Pass bundle, so placates you with the MVP shout out. Make sure you don't leave the game forever.
And we lose with a 16k net worth lead. It goes from like 23,000 to 16,000, but we're still like really ahead. And then I go to their the guy's stream after, and apparently one of their guys had given up and like done the thing where you smoke and you just run and hide somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
you didn't lose MMR.
No, it was unranked. I mean, I know better than to do cavern crawl and ranked, but
man, we're making the.
I have to play another Mirana game.
Now.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to get stuck playing the same old heroes on cavern crawl. You know, I want to like progress.
Yeah, fair enough. Woo! Let's go, podcast. You need some positive energy. Let's go. Listeners, come on, they're leaving in droves at this depressing start.
That's the flame corner, right? You want to know why I was broken? That was my story. I held off the entire time. Like, I wanted to tell that in the Discord or in the chat in our WhatsApp. I was like, no, this is too good. It's too good of content for the listeners.
Yeah. Oh, well, the listeners can count themselves lucky then. They get the first-hand, straight off the bat, Flame Corner sad story. So, there you go. How have your weeks been, though? Has your week been good, Marco? Are you happy?
Oh, very happy, yeah. Doing well. Dota's been...
Yeah.
I mean, we had like one bad game yesterday, me and Adam. I was Spec and Adam was Cottle, and we got this Alk on the enemy team just rolled us.
Then we won some games.
But then, yeah, we've been winning games. Quite a lot of green on the profile, a lot of cavern progression. That's pretty pog.
I had a full page of greens early this week.
Yeah, man, life's good.
Yeah, life was very good. I won a game in 18 minutes. Beastmaster Chen off lane, and I was a Clink safe lane that... Oh no, was I? I can't remember what I was. Oh no, it was Ember Spirit, that was it. But yeah, man, when you got Beastmaster Chen off lane, doesn't matter what happens in the game, you just win. You just win. Like, honestly, the game was even, if not we're behind by like a K or something. Then at 17 minutes, it's like you just win the game because you just push. And if they can't kill you, which they can't because you've got Necro 3 and then you've got Chen heals, you actually just win. Like, there's nothing they can do. You just have too much sustain, way too much damage, way too many units. It's crazy. It's just like a ridiculous win condition out of nowhere. It feels so gross. It feels like, why doesn't this happen every game?
I think it does in Immortal.
Yeah, fair play, yeah.
We had the in-houses as well.
Oh, yeah, tell me about the in-house.
That was good fun. We got a couple of games in. Captain's mode. Maybe we play some reverse Captain's mode in the future.
Yeah, you're gunning for the reverse, yeah.
Mode.
I'm gunning for that because it's just so much fun. Just everyone, just no idea what's going on.
The anti-sweat.
Yeah, they were good games though. It was enjoyable to play with people, and even just like some people were spectating. It seemed quite fun.
Yeah,
it's good.
Okay. What I want to know though is there going to be punishment for account sharing? That's what I need to know. Or how? Yeah, how serious are we taking these? Because esports, that's a lifetime ban.
Yeah, it is misleading when one of the players is playing on a Smurf account, so you don't actually know how good they are, and they're much better than the badge appears. So that's not helpful.
But honestly, balance shuffle is so random anyway.
I don't think it's fine. It's just going to balance you off your badges or MMR. There's no other way it will do it.
I mean, I thought it was Matt and Greeny switching names.
Well, yeah, they were. But Greeny was on a Smurf account, not his main account, so...
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just like they played on each other's accounts, which is like technically the same amount of,
Yeah, that's probably enough, but then it was Smurf account as well.
Oof.
So yeah, I felt bad because one of the people's like, "Oh my god, get slain by this troll mid. What's his rank? Oh, it's Archon. But it's actually a divine player. It kind of feels so we'll ban that guy. That's fine.
Easy ban, yeah.
Easy ban.
Let's cover the guild briefly. First of all, I want to give out some shout outs to Tornavi, Aesthetics, and Robinson Huso, because they're 1, 2, and 3 on the guild contract. So well done.
Well done, number 4.
And Come Dine With Me.
There we go.
Shout out to Come Dine With Me at number 4 with 1,800 points. I'm slacking. I am slacking. I'm 24. That's not great, but I'm safe from the relegation zone, I think. Marco, tell me about what's cooking over on number 2. Is it soon to be demised? Is that the latest info?
I think I doubt many more people are going to join, so I think we take these hardcore number 2 guilders into Guild 1 and just kick out all the bots from Guild 1, or the no guild pointers.
Well, we have 5 slots already open, and then there are some that seem to be, not a part of. They have 0 points, right, on the leaderboard, so I think it's safe to kick.
Make a super guild.
Yeah. I think that's how it will go. So, that said, if you do want to join the main guild, let yourself be known on Discord. Link to the Discord in the description. As always, just say, I'm a listener, I'm on the Discord, and I want to join the guild, and someone will probably find a way.
Yeah, we can add you. And then it seems to be that if you're, well, this only concerns, I guess, Marco and Loot Monkey. I don't even know if it's worth talking about, but it looks like Loot Monkey's points he got earlier, and then he left and went to the second one. It looks like they're still counting toward the first one. So when he rejoined, it like remembered or something.
Okay,
so Marco will have some points when he comes back.
Yeah, vicious cycle. Otherwise, just gets relegated again when someone pops up on Discord that wants to go in. Yeah. The topic of the day is a little hero called Beastmaster, and also a support, a very much utility support, or called Leshrac. Although might go off on some tangents about other heroes, I certainly have a couple of inquiries to make about the whereabouts of certain heroes in the metagame. I was going to ask if there's any heroes that you root for when you see them in a game, like a pro game. Are there any heroes that you just want that hero to win? I know when I first started watching Dota, I actually rooted for heroes more than like teams and players, because I wasn't familiar with the teams and players. So I would always be like, oh man, I love Ember Spirit's a cool hero. I want the Ember Spirit team to win. Yeah. I was wondering if there's any heroes that are similar for you.
You must have had that with Meepo, right?
For sure, definitely. I always wanted Meepo to win.
Yeah. Often, if I watch a game and I'm not fussed about the teams, I want the hero that I have my own personal interest in to win from kind of an educational point of view. So, like, if I'm watching someone play PA or Jug, and I feel like sometimes they can be hard heroes to execute. And, I mean, I've heard pros say PA's a hard POS one to play and win with. So I like to watch the games and root for the hero I want to win from that educational point of view to see how they do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, sometimes that, but then I guess if there's, like, a hero favorite, maybe anti-mage. That used to be a thing where I'd be like, gun for the anti-mage team to win. Right now, I can't think of any others.
That's such a grim one. AM, just like, oh my god, he's got a Battle Fury at like 13 minutes. Like, oh, so good.
Hype.
Adam, do you have any heroes?
The first time I saw Tinker in a game, it was pretty epic. I mean, this goes like way, way back. So it was Fnatic with like No Tail, that era of Fnatic. Okay. And then I think that was Era is Sick era, and they had Excalibur stand in. And since he was like the Meepo Tinker spammer, they picked Tinker, and it was pretty much unheard of at the time. And then it kind of became a thing, and it instantly became less cool to watch. Like, it actually just became terrible. But the first time I was like, oh my gosh, so much damage. And then everyone was like, "Hey, wait, you can play Tinker in a pro game," and then it became a snooze fest, or just like this is so OP, blowing up people out of nowhere. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like based on when you start watching, the meta at that time dictates what you think's a normal hero and an unusual hero and stuff. Because I know Leshrac was some crazy dominant hero at TI 6, TI 5, something like that.
TI 5, the EG versus CDEC finals. It was like you can say that it was a dominant hero, but it actually really never got played because it got banned every game.
Yeah, that's true. But just also, I started watching TI 7, and at TI 7, I think it was only picked like once or twice by Maybe or Somnus or whatever he's called, because it's like one of his speciality heroes. And I remember it being picked and being like, "Oh my god, like Lesh, like so cool. This hero never gets played." But to people that have been around for a long time, Lesh is like quite a standard hero. So that's purely based off just the meta before TI 7 that year. Lesh just was such a dead hero that I never saw it. So I do also root for a Pudge as well. I always root for a Pudge if that's going to show up in a pro game.
I would like to take the ESL1 Birmingham stats, and the only hero not to be picked is Pudge. And that's across all the regions. Every hero's been picked but Pudge. So if you need kind of empirical evidence to not pick him in your pubs, that's a bit. Yeah. Also, touching on what Adam said, I think I have it more commonly where I root against the hero to win. So if I see in a pro match someone's got a Brood, or a Tinker, or an Arc Warden, or an Alchemist,
Naga Siren,
Naga, Meepo, any kind of difficult, cheesy...
you root against Meepo?
Maybe, not as much as the others that we just said, but probably would, just because if these heroes that you kind of rarely see, and then you see them and you get crushed and it feels horrible. So I love to see them lose so that I can see how they lose and how the winning team beats it.
Yeah, I don't cheer against Meepo, and I cheer against Tinker now, but I was just saying the first time it was so amazing. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And then they played it again. I was like, wow, this is terrible to watch. Immediately not cool anymore. Like, it was just the first time. And then after that, it's like every other game, just like cheer against Tinker. The second hero I was going to say was actually Naga. I love to watch Naga. So I actually cheer for that. But it's like you, I mostly cheer against teams now. It's like heroes I don't really care about. But I love, like, back when Radiance Naga was a thing. That was so, like, Alliance Naga Siren. I loved watching that. Loda Naga Siren. Or there was the era when people would pick 4 Naga, and then all of a sudden, if the Naga had a decent game, they're like, okay, this is the 1 Naga Siren now. And they just let the 4 like become a 1, and the entire team like morphed around it. Like, that happened multiple times, and that was really cool. I like Naga. Brood, not so much, except when it's like Zai would play it off lane, and that was cool. And you would just take over the enemy jungle with your like when Dagon Brood was a thing. That was really cool.
What? Dagon Brood?
But now Brood is like not. I don't like cheese. Boy. I don't like mid cheese very much.
I actually like Huskar. I root for Huskar when I see Huskar. I think it's cool. Because I think in pro games, I actually think it reverses. I actually think teams are so good at beating cheese now that it's actually hard to pull off cheese. Other than Brood, I hate Brood. But
what was the TNC knocking out OG, right? That's who knocked him out with a Huskar, right? TNC?
Can't remember.
Raven?
TNC. Yeah.
It was like the Miracle era OG.
Yeah.
Knocked him out of TI with a Huskar.
That's pretty strong. I remember at TI 7, Team Liquid had a draft with Huskar, Dazzle, and Brood, and Necro. It was like the grimmest draft you've ever seen in your life. It was actually, honestly, a disgusting draft. Actually, like, repulsive.
Sorry, go ahead.
An interesting hero, because in pubs, it makes you want to kill yourself, and you don't want it to win. But if I see it in a pro scene, I'd be very keen to see it win. That would be Techies. I think seeing pros play is very interesting, because you don't suffer the pain, and it's actually quite interesting.
It's still such a grim hero, though.
That's one of the best parts of EG's TI run, was the Techies. The AoE Techies throughout it. I mean, it was like so amazing.
Well, it's like Wings played it in the grand finals, didn't they?
I don't know if
I
I
think
watched that.
I don't think they did. I'm not sure.
Did they?
They tried it. They picked Pudge and Techies throughout the run, but I don't know if they picked it in the finals. It got banned in the EG's finals, but that was like a strategic thing, was that they played it and made CDEC have to ban it because they didn't know how to play against it, right? Just like, oh god, we can't let them have techies, and then it opens up a ban slot.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's an interesting question. Let's fly into Beastmaster, though. Hero's in a great spot at the moment. He's got boasting a 53.3% win rate. In Divine Plus, that still stays consistent. It's 54% this week. Good pick rate as well, 15%. The pick rate gets lower the lower down in MMR you go. You guys haven't been playing too much ranked, but just from your unranked games, would you agree with me that Beastmaster's maybe the most popular 3, it seems? I certainly feel like I see him all the time now.
Behind Void Spirit, maybe? I mean, on the stats, he's got a bit less than Void Spirit, a bit less than Pango, but...
Pango, true, yeah.
I think Beastmaster's one of the better 3s right now.
Yeah.
Top 3 for sure. I mean, especially from the classical 3s. I don't know what you mean, like, Pango and Void can be played everywhere, so it's kind of hard to determine whether the stats are from what position. Beastmaster's pretty much entirely 3 and entirely very good.
I mean, having said that, Secret niche mid Beastmaster, they have ran that a handful of times not that long ago. I watched them run it today on Noob from UA. So that's one team that's been playing it in the mid, but yeah, outside Secret, definitely is a 3.
First of all, what makes this hero so good? Like, what's the attraction of Beastmaster? What are you getting out of Beastmaster? Especially in the current metagame, what is it in particular that you're getting out of it? Because the hero does a couple of things really, really well. I wonder
let me guess.
Thoughts. Yeah.
2 things he does really well. He summons boars and he summons hawks. Is that it? Oh wait, that's one spell.
Well, when I think of Beastmaster, I think of 2 things.
I think of Necro books.
Yeah.
And I think of Roar.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah. I just think of lots of units with Inner Beast hitting stuff really
that
hard.
You solo anybody at level 6, pretty much.
Yeah. And Primal Roar is the other one. Pierces spell immunity for a 4-second stun at level 3. Woo! And it moves the stuff out of the way now. Did it always do that?
Yeah, it would push.
Okay.
The things in between or whatever, push them off to the side.
Yeah, it gives me Bane vibes. How Bane's recently had that just crazy win rate of like 56% or something. And I feel like this really strong single target ultimate on a decent-ish cooldown, like it's a shorter cooldown than something like a Black Hole. Yes, it's not as low cooldown as other ultimates, but we don't need the cooldowns to be super low in this meta. So then I feel like it suits him so nicely, and then the rest of his kit is just naturally very strong. Like if you're in a skirmish, if you're in a tower push, or even in a team fight, all that aura game, and it's just unbelievable. And then I wonder, would you say the ease of execution of this hero, because the Bird Hawk spell got changed to be easier to use, right? Because you're now just using the Hawk over some vision. That's the end of it. There's no micro involved or whatnot.
Never had the micro the Hawk.
Yeah, it used to be a unit.
No.
Yeah. What do you mean?
A long time ago?
No, I don't think it was that long ago. I only think in the last year has it changed.
Yeah, you always just threw the Hawk on a spot. Now it just doesn't block camp.
That's not always. No way can we say that's always. I'll have a look at the change logs, but I feel like, well, that is just a quality of life, like skill cap lower.
Also, it's invis. It didn't used to be invis, did it?
Now it's invis. Yeah, now it's invis at level 1.
Oh, at level 1 it's invis. Yeah, so in the past you had to be a higher level.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
It's like a level 4 invis, I think. 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4. So I think it's easy to play because of that.
I kind of want to ask about the laning, because I feel like Beastmaster, it's a strong laner. Is it all just about boar control? I mean, up until level 6, the item build is, the skill build is pretty much unnegotiable, right? You're maxing your Call of the Wild Boar, or just Call of the Wild, with points of Inner Beast at 2 and 2 at 4.
There's only one other difference, and it's I want to limit it to just Chin. You can't level the boar against Chin, because then he just takes your boar.
Okay.
And then, I don't know if you saw that Gort clip, where he was Chin, and the enemy went level 1 boar, and he just stole the boar, and then he died, and the guy abandoned.
Wow.
Like, he first random Beastmaster, and then Gort picks Chin, and then he's like, okay, he obviously won't skill the boar, and he did. And then you just persuasion it, and then you win. You just win the game. So then you go to Axe build, but otherwise, the only other person that's like really good is Crystal Maiden, right? Because she roots your boar and kills it. But generally, yeah, it's like 0, 3, 2 at 5, and go when you have double boars, because there's like a 10 or 12 second window where you have double boars up. It's so obnoxious. Yeah. It's slow. It's so strong. And then if you have Orb of Venom too, no one's getting away.
Yeah. Would you say level 3 go time or level 5? Does it matter?
I think you kill people at level 2. It depends on your 4. Yeah.
Okay.
If you have a Tusk, it's just over, right? Or it just depends.
Yeah, I could see that. And then if you're laning against the Beastmaster, is it just try and kill the boar if you can? Like, you want to, i.e. from our perspective, we just want to be microing our boar so it never dies?
Yeah, you like blow everything on the boar pretty much.
Yeah, if you're support, put your spells on the boar. Like, killing off the boar is so much value to helping your lane go. Well, definitely just throw spells.
Another good one is Witch Doctor, right? Because his cask stuns creeps for like a giga long time. That's another really good one against the board.
Yeah.
And usually it's going to bounce and hit the Beastmaster too.
It's also good XP as well. Like, if you kill it, it's as good as a range CS, if not more XP than a range CS when the boar's high level. So you really do want to secure it. And without the boar, Beastmaster is, I think, very weak. Well, he is very weak.
Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly, but at level 1, if you solo experience on the boar is a quarter level at level 1, so it's a lot.
That is a lot, yeah.
And it's probably on par with a solo range creep.
Yeah, that's huge. That's probably why I lose on Beastmaster, because I just feed boars, probably.
Feed boars.
That's probably why I'm like, man, I swear I lane with this hero and it feels so bad. I don't understand how it's meant to be good. But actually, I'm just like feeding boars for fun.
The movement speed's slow. So say it's 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% for the boar. If you don't have boots and you're going from 300 to 270, like, you can't move. And that's 100. That theoretically is 100% uptime on that slow if the boar's never dead. So you can just get caught out so easily. You can't even trade. Because I mean, you're going to trade, but then you either trade till you kill them or you die. Like, there's no escape. So it can be so punishing. And then there's the damage aspect, obviously, as well.
It's 7, or it's 300 down to 180 at max, right? 40% boar slow.
Yeah.
120 move speed reduction. And they hit hard. 64 damage each. And I mean, what I love so much about Beastmaster is that the Inner Beast aura, like, it works so well to just completely eschew any points in wild axes. And then all your creeps hit so fast.
Yeah,
at level 9,
ridiculous.
when you have 0, 4, 4, and then 1 in the stun, and then say you have a Helm Dom, jeez Louise, you just get to bop someone forever. And then if you have Centaur creep follow-up, nobody lives.
Yeah, I'm not even a Beastmaster player, but I played it in a pub not that long ago. We were playing with Saul, I think, one of Adam's American buddies, and so I played Beastmaster for the first time in probably more than 1 year. And I was just amazed at how powerful you are. You get level 7 or 8 and you've got like nearly maxed beasts and inner whatever it is. Just the DPS output was absolutely obnoxious. It surprised me. I was like, what is going on? If my heroes on steroids, have I hacked the game or something? Just mince heroes if you've got your balls alive. And like you say, we can get a hell of a Dominator, first item, skip boots even. You're getting that, like 7-8 minutes. No hero, unless any singular hero is just going to get melted and chased down. Even if there's two of them, I felt like I was just like 1v2, 1v3 just come at me.
Yeah.
It is crazy. You can 100... You don't feel like you can 100-0 somebody, but you can.
Your units can as well. You can just hide in the trees. I was kiting people in the trees, and the units just finish them off. You don't even need to right-click quick yourself.
Yeah, the roar is so absurd that you feel like it gives everything attack speed around, but it doesn't. It feels... And if you look at the tooltip, it's got like stun duration, damage, shout width, movement slow, attack slow, and slow duration. But if you read the paragraph above, it says, additionally, Beastmaster and his units gain 40% movement speed for 3 seconds, which is the length of the level 1 stun. So your units don't even have to be already on the hero because they can move so fast to the hero that you shout at. And you just hit so hard.
Yeah, you mentioned potentially going Helm Dom pre-boots and then looking towards Necro 3, or indeed just Helm Dom, Necro 3 in general. That's like a Lycan build. What is it? What's the difference between this hero and Lycan, honestly? Like, Lycan's a 1, almost exclusively. Beast is almost exclusively a 3. Is it just the fact that you have Shapeshift versus Primal Roar?
Yeah, I think that hits on the head. Lycan will himself transition into a damage dealer. His units do stupid damage, but Lycan, with the crit mechanic of his Shapeshift, gets on top of heroes with Shapeshift, he can do beats. Beastmaster, you don't really see him as a right click. He just needs to let his units do the work and let his ult be the control factor, which is what you want from your 3, conventionally.
Yeah, I think of Beast much more as a team fighter pusher. I mean, he's just like an aura boy, right? Whereas Lycan's a right clicker. Plus,
Beastmaster's aura is more team focused as well because it's any. Wait, so does the Lycan aura give your allies damage and stuff, or is it just Lycan units?
It's just
it's just Lycan and his.
You do have
units.
Howl though. Howl helps in an AoE.
Well, yeah, like
it mitigates damage or whatever.
Yeah, so the Lycan aura is only him and his units under control. The Beastmaster aura is him and any nearby ally. So yeah, that team synergy is more the.
Yeah, you're sacrificing Primal Roar for damage.
The Hawks too. It's like a much more of a utility ability versus, I don't know,
Wolves.
Howl, Wolves. I mean, Wolves can be a ward too because they are invis, but this is much better.
Yeah, and is Helmdom a guaranteed buy? I don't feel like you have to go that way, do you? You can just go Necro 3. Do you think it's always worth going for the Helmdom first?
I like it. I mean, it like shores up your laning because you're going to get a headdress anyways, and then you're going to get the Helmdom by the time you hit 7 or 6, whereas you might not have Necro 1, and like the Helmdom creeps have some pretty good abilities. I mean, if you follow up a Roar with a Centaur Stomp or a Troll Summoner net, this is like just really good lockdown. No one can really get away.
Do you like an early Vlad's, Marco, on Beast? Where does Vlad's fit in? Because on paper it feels like a dream item, but I feel like you never see it before a Necro 3 and a Helmdom.
Yeah, I feel like you don't need to shove your gold into Vlad's. Because Vlad's doesn't provide attack damage bump like it used to. It's the Helmet Dominator that provides the attack damage aura, so that's more what you want. I don't think you're not really bothered about the Vlad's sustain armor factor on the Beast. You more just want the offensive attack speed, attack damage aura gaming on that guy, I feel. So then, why waste getting Vlad's? I feel like Helm Dom first is always going to be good and like consistently better. I don't know how strong Necro books are. I'm not a Necro book buyer, and I know often people can even just get casual Necro 1. But I would feel like the build of a Helm Dom and then just Helm Dom in itself, sub 2k, maybe near 2k gold, it's going to be cheaper than Necro 1. I feel like you could get way more value done from Helm Dom than a Necro 1 because it's got this 100% uptime. I need to look at the auras of Necro 1. I don't know how strong they are. Are they stronger? I feel like they're not really strong.
It's good from it gives you attack speed, right? And then you got 2 more creeps that benefit from your attack speed aura, and then you're also mana burning, which is underrated because a lot of people can't use their getaway ability after they've got all their mana burned.
Yeah, you get attack speed aura. It's not very good though.
I can't find how good the attack speed aura is.
It's 5, 7, 9. It says
for the red Necro creep.
For the archer, no,
the archer. Oh, what the hell? 5, 7, 9. Is that it?
Apparently, yeah.
What the hell? That's way smaller than I would have thought.
You also get this last will damage on the warrior. It's not much, but like 600 damage if they kill it. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But you never really see that being... It's kind of a memey thing.
Yeah, I'd definitely opt for Helm Dom over a Necro.
It's more expensive,
book.
Though. Helm Dom's more expensive
Is
than
it?
Necro 1, yeah. 25 gold. 25
no
gold.
way. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, melee creep.
Yeah. That's a whole nother melee creep for the Helm Dom. Yeah, not cheap these days. 2,175. Beyond that, I feel like it's kind of optional. You can see blinks, you see BKB sometimes. You can see like a pipe, I guess.
AC, very, very strong.
True, yeah. AC's there as well. Can't think of much beyond that. I suppose like Lotus is always an option for a 3, but you don't really see that very often. Greaves? Is that a thing on Beastmaster?
I
think Brown Boots is a thing on Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess Treads is all right.
You don't need it, though, do you?
I like Brown Boots on Beastmaster.
Yeah.
And then that leaves it open for Greaves later if you think you need it.
I think Travels is likely going to be better.
Yeah, but I just like the sticking on Brown Boots gives you at least 1,000 gold to sink into Helm Dom.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you really don't need strength or attack speed on the Beast. You really just need him to be buffing his units and your team and initiating.
What's the playstyle on Beastmaster post laning? Because he can split push incredibly effectively with the boars in the inner fire, takes down towers super, super quickly. But he also has this huge ultimate that you kind of want to be using off cooldown like you do with all ultimates. And it's, if you link up with your team, a 4-second stun's like a guaranteed kill. So how would you treat the post laning stage? Like, where's Beastmaster playing? Is he like sitting in a lane, or is he linking up or farming, or in an ideal situation?
I think ideally you are making something happen every time your Necro book and ult is up. So your ult's, 90, 80, 70, the cooldown. So even if it's 90 seconds, I think you should want to find a kill with that. If not finding a kill, you're putting pressure on the tier 1 or the tier 2 slightly. I think you should gank squad with Beastmaster. I think your support +1 should go in a 3-man gank squad in the enemy side of the map when the ult's up and when the Necro units are up. And then ideally you get a kill. If that doesn't even translate into an objective, that's fine. You farm a bit, you can always casually push. You can even use a creep to like get a awkward, creep wave from elsewhere to like really always put pressure on the lanes. And then you're back ready to fight in a skirmish pretty fast. It feels like like I said, I think his tempo is really nice in this current meta. We're seeing constant skirmishes, but not too constant. And these big ultimates you don't really see because the games are a bit too fast for that. But 90 seconds, that's enough downtime to find a gank, apply pressure to a tower or to a lane, even if that doesn't convert because towers are strong. You've made space on the map for your other cores. So then you retreat for like 60, 70 seconds to farm pretty quickly, really, with your little army. And then you're ready to go again with a +2 gank squad.
And are you leaving? Is this hero's laning stage success defined by farm, or is it defined by getting the tower, like trying to take the safe lane tower and constricting the map a bit? Because I feel like you'll very often see Beastmasters concentrating on getting that tier 1 and getting it down pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think you should have that as a pretty big target in your mind, that you want to get rid of the tower ASAP. Really, ideally, you're going to do that. Ideally, you're going to be pretty aggro and have some +1, +4 that enables you to be offensive in your lane and to kind of dominate the CS and put pressure on the enemy carry. And inevitably, if you're level 6 or even 7, there's basically no carry that can trade or stand with you unless they've somehow got Omega fed. So you then have this license to skip creeps and just get that tower down really quickly, and then that opens up more of the map, opens up more of the game. I think it's really hard to to not get screwed over by Beastmaster in the lane. I think you have to kind of lose it. The enemy core really has to get kills on you somehow. Like if it's like a Jug Witch Doctor lane, perhaps you could get kills with Stun, Spin, Maledict. But if that's not happening to you as the Beast, you're going to be flying with your pressure in your farm.
Yeah. Once you get level 6, it's over. Even a hero that is really good against melee heroes, take like a Monkey King. Like if Monkey King's had a good lane, he's level 7.5, you pop 6, you just kill him, because even if he trades with you, even if he tries to trade with you, it's like in the amount of time it takes him to get 3 hits with Jingu, before he gets his 4th one, you just ult him. You've already done a ton of damage to him in that time, and then you just finish him off. It's like, I don't feel like there's any heroes that could stand up to Beastmaster level 6, probably. Safe lane heroes. I can't think of any that would be that strong, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels so easy to win your lane as Beastmaster because it's just so strong with the boars. And if you've got a +4 that's not leaving you and is staying with you in the lane, so it's 2v2 or 2v1, like if the support goes and pulls, it's so easy to do well and to do work.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on Beastmaster, Adam? Is there heroes that it's good or bad against? I mean, you mentioned heroes that it's bad against purely because of the boar being stolen. Is it just first pick, forget about it? Or is it like any particular supports or heroes in general that you might pick a beast in response to?
You shouldn't first pick it because your support should be first picking Smiley Face.
Yeah, and you might get Chend or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you can sit him. He's pretty comfortable because even if you have a hard lane, you can jungle with the boars. And then it's like what you said, level 6, pop ult, kill the enemy safe laner, then you take the tower with your inner what is it, inner beast? I
think it's inner beast, yeah.
It is inner beast, yeah.
Inner beast and your creeps. It's just like so straightforward. I love it. It's like,
yeah.
Your enemy safe laner, they're dead. Oh look, I'm by the tower. I take the tower. Oh look, I use Hawks on the enemy jungle, so now I know where their safe laner's trying to catch up. I will go over there, roar, kill him. Now I transition into pushing the tier 2 tower.
Yeah,
make it sound so easy.
That's the big thing about him, though. I think it is very straightforward what you want to achieve with the hero. You just you press your boar, you press your book or your helmet dominator, just select all your units and just go, and just press R on one person and just bloody go. It's so straightforward. Its kit's just so simple in what it wants to do.
Wow, very nice, very nice.
Use the Hawks. I mean, that's the big thing. That's so slept on. It's so funny how you'll forget the enemy Beastmaster has all this vision, and you'll just die out of nowhere. It's like you'll get smoked on and you'll die, and you're like, oh, they had a ward here, and then someone will go over there and try and ward. There's no ward. It's like, oh, there was a Hawk, obviously. It's like it's so value because you don't have to run up like a dummy to a high ground and just there's a bunch of heroes there and you die. You just throw a Hawk and then it scouts for you, and it's about the only hero that lets you have vision like that, and then you actually can smoke upon a location because no one ever preemptively wards for like 4 minutes in the future where we might want to make a move. So it's like really nice from a vision standpoint. It's honestly probably the strongest aspect Same as like Veno, right? The wards just give so much vision. But it's slept on. It's so low cooldown too. It's like not even it's not even an investment from a mana standpoint. You just throw it off cooldown. You don't even have to have an idea of where to put it.
Yeah.
You just throw it somewhere. And like it'll see somebody running over it and then it paid for itself.
Another hero to watch out for is Ench with Enchant. That's one we didn't mention.
So, talking about Leshrac, but before we get there, I just want a small tangent. What has happened to Snapfire? What is going on with Snapfire? I mean, this isn't a deep dive unless we want it to be, but I feel like for a new hero that was super popular, has it just fallen slowly, and now you just never see it anymore? I mean, the hero's got a very low pick rate, lower than heroes like Invoker, like an Oracle, DK, Windranger, Anti-Mage even. You just don't see Snapfire anymore. Is it just bad? Is the hero just bad now?
The ult doesn't do any damage.
Yeah?
That's what I've heard people say. Is like the ult has got nerfed to an extent where you just can't kill anyone at level 6 anymore. Not like you used to. I mean, it was obviously Giga OP the first couple versions, but...
Yeah, so the damage and the slow as well got reduced. So because that slow is reduced, it's harder to keep someone in place to hit with the ults.
Okay, fair enough. I'm satisfied. I'm looking at Leshrac's page. Oof, this is an ugly sight. 42% win rate. Ooh. In Divine Plus, it's a bit higher. 48% win rate. It's got a 3.6% pick rate there. It's 114th in popularity across the board, though, across all MMRs. This hero is hurting a lot. But yet, it fits many positions, 1 through 4, pretty much. What is it about Leshrac that... I mean, first of all, do you think these stats are fair? Marco, is the hero trash? Is this a trash tier hero?
I wouldn't have said that its win rate was 42%. I might have erred on the side of, maybe it's near 50, maybe a bit below because we don't see it.
Yeah.
42 is seriously diabolical. Pun.
Hey!
Been writing that one for a week. God, why is it that bad? So, I wonder where it gets played most often.
Probably core. I don't think you see it 3. I don't think you see it 4, sorry.
To me, the Lesh is a hero that would only ever get picked if there's a Naga or PL, because of the fact it can offer this mega magical AoE damage. And then I never feel like a hero of it outside of that realm. So, thinking about why it's good against those heroes, yeah, you run in, BKB, Shivas, so much AoE crap going on. But then in every other game where there's not a PL or a Naga, is it just too easy to like get away from this hero? Does it not lane well enough? I don't know. There must be something like that.
Yeah, I think it depends on the position, doesn't it? It's hard to say for Lesh. I think when you look at him as a position 1 or a mid, I think mid he's not quite strong enough of a laner, I don't think, mid. I think he's kind of a weak laner, and then also there's just other mids that are better, that offer a lot better of everything. There's high nuking magic damage heroes, maybe not to the same extent of Lesh, but there are certainly heroes that are more reliable lockdown-wise as well. Obviously, Earthsplitter's not a reliable stun. So I just feel like he doesn't really fit very well. Pulse Novas, it's not like PLs and Nagas are like dominating the game at the moment.
No.
So that's why his pick rate is low. And then when you look at him from a POS 4 perspective, it's like, I don't know.
Did it ever get much POS 4 action?
I think in pubs it gets POS 4 action.
Interesting.
I mean, he's a core primarily, but you do see him as a POS 4 very,
the old
very
Shadow Demon Leshrac tri-lane combo.
Set up that splitter stun.
Or Bane Leshrac, yeah.
I also think it's quite... Would you say it's a greedy core? Not really.
He's like really mana intensive.
Yeah.
He uses his mana to farm because he obviously can't right click to farm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a balance. There's times where he feels absolutely unkillable, but I feel like he's really dependent on the lineup.
I've just remembered, actually. I do remember this POS 4 phase. I remember playing, I think it was a ranked in Liverpool. I think it could have been Kezu, or no, it wasn't Kezu. It was Saxka's Smurf that played POS 4 Lesh on the other team, and he was like a top 10 immortal, but with a Smurf name, and we had a big discussion of who is this pro that's Smurfing but so high rank. And we eventually figured out it was Saxka because he's got like 2 accounts, top 10 or something crazy. I remember he played POS 4 Lesh, and looking at the change log, it was the Edict build, max Edict, or your forward Edict run people down, and you just slay. One of the
they nerfed the Edict.
It was basically a 33% damage nerf at level 1. So the explosions went from 11 to 8. That is a serious shaft of damage, and then it kind of just made the hero useless because that's what you're building it for. You're just rolling lanes with that damage.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Now I remember,
Yeah, I like Adam's point about the mana stuff, because I also feel like this is maybe a minor point, but this is a hero that builds travels like all the time, always builds travels. It's the boots that you get, and travels are significantly worse now that you can't TP back and then travel again. So the travel that hits Lesh more than pretty much any hero because he's a guaranteed BOTs hero.
Yeah,
and then also it's like with BOTs not providing mana regen, you have to go Bloodstone. And I mean, Lesh is a Bloodstone hero anyway, but it means if you go BOT Yule's Bloodstone, it's like you're going to be running out of mana. Like it's not enough to farm and fight. So you kind of need to go BOT's Bloodstone. And it's just a big build up to get to that Bloodstone. You have to have like a really good game.
He needs everything.
And exactly. So he kind of does need everything to be flying.
I think
that's a difficult one.
I don't know. Sometimes it's like all he needs is a Ghost Scepter. It's weird. I mean, you can build a lot of different things on him. It all depends on the lineup. It's very strange. It's like, okay, if they have a PA and he jumps me, and I just pop Ghost Scepter, he's dead. But then he's so lineup dependent. Enemy lineup and your lineup.
Yeah, I think also going to the vibe of the meta being kind of mid-tempo, I think skirmishes are very common. 3-man fights, very common. I think if you think about what mids are strong, Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, Quap, Storm, very mobile. They can cope with, I say, 3-on-3 engagement. I think if Lesh finds himself in a 3-on-3 engagement in the early on mid game, pre like BKB Shivas, the hero's very weak. It's squishy. Its HP is low. It's got 1 Yules, which it wants to use offensively. Outside of that, if there's 3 enemy heroes, even if there's shitty support, spells just going to kill him. So I feel like his kit really doesn't like that kind of playstyle of this mid-tempo meta. I think it would way rather find pick-offs and farm and get items, or it would rather a big 5-on-5, perhaps, where it can like get more work done. But in a, say, a 3-on-3, I think it'd be very easy to snipe him down.
Yeah, it's like the other thing is that he's not a burst guy.
No.
He's like a sustained over a long time guy. I mean, you can like Yule's combo kill somebody. It's not like a Lena Yule's combo kill, but he is kind of best served when it's a large fight and he just pops a BKB and just runs in. Kind of like a Death Prophet in a way.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's a good point about the burst. You look at the most popular cores, the top 3, like you just said, Marco, Cop, Ember, Void. Storm, not far behind. Morph, also very popular. All of those heroes, you need burst to kill them. Lesh just isn't good versus any of them, I would say. Like, he's not good against any of those heroes. So that's just in terms of the heroes that you're seeing. It wasn't that long ago when heroes like PL and Naga were more up there, but now just all of the heroes are only killable with burst.
Yeah.
So Lesh is going to not do well there.
I feel like it's similar to Lena. Lena Lesh, these heroes don't have any... So Lena has burst, sure, Lesh doesn't. But defensively, they're so susceptible to dying. They have nothing to save themselves but Yules, whereas the classic mid heroes you see these days are very agile, and so they can survive in fights. They can like bail with whatever defensive slippery spell they have, and I think that's really important in the current meta. And then also the Krob point is interesting if you contrast those two heroes. So they have similarities, like say they're both these Yule carriers that push really well, have big AoE team fight kind of damage. But then if you think about Krob is very popular, I still think, in the pro scene. Krob's laning is really strong. Siphon is really strong. Krob's really tanky. With Siphons, she's really durable in fights. It's really hard to kill the hero. Even the ultimate healing her up is very strong. And then like AoE Silence, very strong team fight spell. So it's just similarities with Lesh, but laning, fighting, survivability, it's just way better. So you're just never going to pick a Lesh.
Yeah, just think about Lesh's spells. Edict. What does that do for you in the mid lane? Nothing against an enemy hero. And then Lightning Storm. Is that what it's called? The E?
Yeah.
It's not near. That used to be his strongest spell.
Yeah.
Back in like TI5 days, and they nerfed that. That's never really come back.
No.
To where it was before. So it's not like you're using that to ping off creeps, win range creeps, and then hit the enemy hero. It's all on Split Earth now as like your laning utility pre-level 6. So it's like you said, he just doesn't stand up in the lane like all the heroes that are popular now.
Yeah, it's weird. I remember that time when Lesh was in every pub, 50% of pubs kind of thing. It's what Joe used to climb when brother Joe lost loads of MMR by playing Pudge really casually, because Nick said have fun in Dota, and so Joe was like, I'll play Pudge every game, lost loads of MMR. And then it was the Lesh patch, and Lesh, one of his heroes, he was able to climb it all back. But yeah, like Adam said, the E used to be the Omega powerful tool, and he could just stomp the mid lane. But yeah, no longer does he have that strength. And then all these other heroes do everything he can do better.
What does he need to come back? What would you like to see for Lesh? Does he just need damage buffs? Is that what the hero needs? Or is it just purely like a meta thing, and if he gets buffed to a point where he's playable, then when the meta shifts he's going to be Omega OP because heroes are going to come in that he's good against?
I think he is entirely fine, and it's just meta.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that is a dangerous...
dangerous game.
Yeah, you mess with some numbers on Lesh, and it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I see him pick
Lesh
on when I watch streams. Like, he's in games. It's just not as popular. And I think that's perfectly fine. You don't need every hero to be super popular all the time.
No, 42% is pretty low, but yeah.
Because pick rate is
that's the win rate? Or the win rate's 42?
Across all pubs. In Divine Plus, it's 48.
Okay.
So
see, that's okay.
Fine.
If it was 42, that's the problem. Yeah.
His pick rate across everything's 2%. Like Stan said, he's like the
because he's boring.
7th least fun hero. Picked.
He's probably bottom 10 in fun.
Do you think?
What? No.
Run around with Disco Pony.
That was a little bit of hyperbole. He's bottom quadrant.
Okay, let's have a look at the tier list. Let's have a look at the famous New Meta Podcast fun tier list.
He's in the bottom quarter of
He's an A tier fun hero according to New Meta. Whoa, you've got this list.
There's no way that I was supporting that.
He's A tier. Not S tier, but A tier. So I don't know what that means for Marco, but
no, that's my ranking. A tier, second.
You do numbers,
tier.
don't you?
Tier 3, tier 4.
Oh wait, yeah, I do S1, 2, 3.
So he's tier 1 then for Marco.
Tier 3 to me.
Wow. I think Lesh is fun. I think Lesh is a fun
hero. If you run around with all those explosions and Shivas and
you've got definitely, it's a well fun hero, and also you've got a kind of skill shot with the Q.
It's so weird because his gameplay is you click buttons to turn things on, and then you walk next. You don't actually click on anybody because they, run away. So you just, I pressed my R, I pressed my W, and I run. And then it's like, they're coming at me. I press Yules.
It's so weird that two of his spells are like the same, basically.
Yeah.
His ult and his Diabolic Edict are like the same spell, except one's
magic
physical.
AoE around me, physical AoE around me.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, so dumb. I mean, well, make of him what you will, whether he's fun or not. I don't think there's anything else to add. Do any of you have any closing thoughts, comments about anything, any hero? We kind of already did a flame corner at the start, so I don't feel like we need to, unless anyone has anything in particular to say.
Turbo is for degenerates.
Oh god, don't play Turbo. I don't care how many culling blades you have. Do not touch Turbo.
Yeah, so for the guild, part of the reason I'm top 4 in the guild, I had Terrorblade on my Cavern, and then there was a 2-star get 180 last hits with Terrorblade quest. I'm like, oh, okay, if you win a game with Terrorblade, you're going to have over 180 last hits. So I'll just double up. And it took me 2 regular games and 3 turbo games.
Oh god!
To finish Terrorblade. One of those turbos someone abandoned, so it wasn't the worst. But it was 4 games of bad, and like the first one, I definitely threw. I had 750 GPM, and I just played bad on TB. This was a non-turbo, and I should have just carried, but I'm not really used to that hero.
My comment on Turbo, I played one with Dynamic because I didn't have time for a full game. Played a Turbo, it took 25 minutes. I was like, this isn't Turbo. I could play a real game in 25, 30 minutes. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like basically you're cutting out the first 18 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
It's what it's like. It's not really, I mean, it's shorter, but it's just because you're cutting out levels 1 through 12. It's kind of weird.
I thought it was a 15-minute game, 20 like upper end.
It's a weird mode. It's a strange mode.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't like it because there's a meta. There's a reason why I hated playing ability draft too, is because you only have a certain amount of people that play ability draft, and if you come in there and want to have a good time, they're like, you didn't pick along with the ability draft meta, and they get really mad and yell at you because you don't know all the intricacies. And with Turbo, it's like half the pool is useless. I mean, Terrorblade is terrible in Turbo because meta is like 2.5 minute cooldown.
Yeah.
You want to be playing skirmish heroes that build Shadowblade because no one buys detection, and it was like it's the Earthshaker, Phoenix, like heroes that need levels you don't have to worry about in Turbo. It's like team fights.
Games. It's all team fight. It's all team fight because every hero gets farmed, guaranteed. So you just pick huge team fight heroes because all you need is a wipe and you win the game. Because like no one has buyback and stuff. You just get one team wipe and you can like win off the back of it pretty much.
Yeah, that's why last year I got stuck with OD because OD like sucks in that mode too.
Yeah, I don't know. But there you go. That's kind of like a mini flame corner for Turbo.
Turbo.
I say I'm not going to touch Turbo. I've got 6 culling blades. I will touch it at one point. You know, I will like go to the dark side and play some Turbo probably near the end of Battle Pass or something, just to make use of those culling blades. So you know, I'm a culprit. I don't take my own advice. Do as I say, not what I do. There you go. Well, thank you, Marco and Adam, for joining me. Episode 92. We'll be back as always next week. Keep grinding our guild contracts for us. Thank you very much, listeners. Until then, have a final whistle.